नोट्स में नहीं होती है, नोट्स में सिर्फ टेक्स्ट है. So ideally, whenever you're preparing, what really should be your strategy? Ensure that you know whatever is there in the book, and we use notes for a quick revision. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप बुक नहीं पढ़ोगे. That would be a fool's strategy. All right.
Ma'am, you're saying in general or in practical with this book only?
I am saying for the entire CBSE thing. तो though I am talking about Indian eco for now, पर अगर मैं business studies की भी बात करूं, I don't know how you really prepare for business studies, but we cannot substitute the book with any notes or any video lectures or anything that someone else is providing. Book तो आपका given है. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि हम वो ना पढ़ें.
Ma'am, I have one more question. If a table comes from this chapter, so ma'am, if a table comes for 6 marks, so what all are we supposed to write?
See बेटा, depending upon what the questions are, generally क्या होता है, अगर मैं कहती हूँ आपको ये टेबल 10.5 दे देती हूँ मैं, this would be followed by say 2 or 3 questions. So if it's a 6 marker, then 3 questions for 2 marks. Generally table based question में हमने क्या करना होता है, 1, we interpret what exactly is the table telling. तो हम indicator देखते हैं. अगर मैं यहाँ पे आती हूँ, बाई चांस अगर मैं इस लेवल में आपसे इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी का कंपैरिजन मांगती हूँ, how are you presenting an answer? 1, you'll tell me what is infant mortality rate, talk about whether this should be high or low, and then talk about what exactly does it indicate. So if I'm saying infant mortality, then we know that we're looking at the deaths of infants before the age of 1 per 1,000 live births in a year. Now we would want this to be a lower figure because we're looking at low infants dying per 1,000 live births. Also, it is an indication for the medical facilities in a particular country. हमने पहले अभी सिर्फ इंडिकेटर बताया, फिर अब हम चलते हैं डेटा पे. According to the data, China has the best situation when it comes to infant mortality among the 3 countries, standing at 8.5. Then India, followed by Pakistan. Indicative that medical conditions in Pakistan require a lot of upgradation. There are 57.2 children dying per 1,000, indicates that we're not really taking care of the needs of a newborn baby in Pakistan. So something of this sort. So aapka, if you're saying it's a 6 marker, then it will be followed by at least 3 questions.
Okay, I thought that a 6 marker question will come with this table and the question says elaborate this table. So I was thinking in that way.
Well, if a question comes like that, you'll be on the luckier side. अगर क्वेश्चन ने कुछ बताया ही नहीं है क्या चाहिए, फिर तो आप कुछ भी करेक्ट भी लिख दोगे. They will not be in a position to call that wrong. If a question is specific, that is when you get in trouble. अगर मैं कहती हूँ God forbid maternal mortality पूछ लिया और किसी को नहीं पता maternal mortality का क्या मतलब है, तब आप प्रॉब्लम में हो. और अगर यही क्वेश्चन आ जाती है और कहते हैं एक्सप्लेन द टेबल, तो आप मेटर्नल मोर्टेलिटी स्किप भी कर सकते हो या फिर आप उसकी लास्ट में बात करो एंड जस्ट टच अपॉन दिस. सो इफ अ क्वेश्चन इज स्पेसिफिक, दैट इज व्हेन यू जनरली गेट इन ट्रबल. जनरल होता है तो फिर तो आई एम अज्यूमिंग वी आर स्मार्ट इनफ, वी कैन कम अप विद आवर ओन आंसर्स आल्सो, just in case we fall short of content.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
All right then. Acha, we have to only talk about this indicators of human development. Again, this entire content here, this entire paragraph here, they're discussing the table. So we take a moment. Before that, ये human development क्या है exactly? How is human development different from human capital? Anyone who can help me recall that? ये करा हुआ है हमने.
Yes, ma'am. When the government spends on human development, then there is no expectation of any kind of return. Howsoever, when the government spends on human capital formation, then returns are expected.
Anyone who disagrees? Anyone who wants to add anything to this? Any other thoughts that I'm listening to?
Yeah, ma'am. Basically, when the government spends on human development, these are for the consumption needs. And when the government spends on human capital formation, then those are for investment needs. Investment as an indirect investment, like they are investing for education and stuff. So when there is education, then there will be a better workforce, as in that sense.
Ma'am, human development, ma'am, is basically like uh, ma'am, it's for the people, it's for the increasing in their living standards.
And
The
for human
population.
capital, Raghav, for human capital,
Human capital is like we are training people so that they can be used as a resource and could profit the country.
all right, taken. In summary or in conclusion, बहुत often ये line बोलते हैं that you consider means to an end. आप human capital में आप human being को means मानते हो, एक जरिया मानते हो for higher growth. Human development में human beings ही end है. Human beings का better lifestyle ही हमारा ultimate goal है. Human capital में हमारा ultimate goal है to increase economic growth, but using better human beings for that. तब आप human beings में invest करते हो. Human development simply wants people to have good life, good standard of living, good quality of life without much expectations. वैसे भी अगर आप देखोगे, अगर आप human development करते हो, by default it will contribute to economic growth. However, the intent or the way of approaching the two are different. All right then.
Ma'am, can
Looking
you
at
repeat that means to end thing?
means to an end होता है, it's a very common phrase. Means to an end means होता है एक जरिया और end होता है the final result that I want. So maybe your self-study is a means to an end of a higher percentage, maybe in CBSE. Similarly, bringing this analogy to human capital में you consider humans as means to a higher growth. मतलब आप human beings को एक जरिया बनाते हो for higher growth rate. Human
Okay, ma'am.
development में आप humans को कोई जरिया नहीं बना रहे हो. Human development में human beings आपका final ultimate goal है. और आप उसको कैसे improve करते हो? By trying to provide better social infrastructure. All right. Table 10.5. This should be easy to interpret. एक second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 aspects. I want 11 people to share their thoughts on this table. The sooner you speak up, the better indicator you'll get. Infant mortality हटा देते हैं, वो हम कर चुके हैं. So 10 indicators, 10 people to share their thoughts.
Ma'am,
Shivam and Raghav have already spoken. Shashank, you're also out of this table interpretation. बाकी
but
को
I
बोलना
didn't
ही
speak
पड़ेगा.
anything.
No, no, अभी नहीं. I'll come to you just in case I fall short of people.
Okay.
Don't make me call out names.
मैम लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी चाइना में सबसे ज्यादा है, जिसका मतलब इट्स हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज आर बेटर देन इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तान.
Taken. Health taken. I can accept that, Aryan. And that was a smart move. This is all right. Eco में this is known as first movers advantage. जो पहले opportunity ले लेता है उसको थोड़ा फायदा होता है. Basic sanitation. Okay. Am I getting any interpretation? Sarthak followed by Ritika. Shivansh, and meanwhile, you're sending in for sanitation.
Ma'am, the maternal mortality rates are very low in China as compared to India and Pakistan. Ma'am, it would be mainly due to the one child policy, I think.
Sarthak, what is maternal mortality? High होना चाहिए, कम होना चाहिए?
Ma'am, कम होना चाहिए.
और होता क्या है maternal mortality?
Ma'am, the mothers that die while giving birth to a child.
All right, taken. So since you have brought in this norm of one child policy, since women are not really bearing many children, so they're not going through the process of bearing children, hence less deaths can be anticipated. As for India and Pakistan, one, you don't have such a policy, which is probably a good thing, but also is indicative of poor healthcare facilities that are being provided in these countries. Going back to Shivansh, India and Pakistan are almost at the same level, whereas China has better sanitation facility. ये sanitation facility है क्या exactly? Shivansh, you'll send this in. Ritika, in the meanwhile, you'll share
Yeah,
some
ma'am.
thoughts.
Yes, ma'am. I would take rank, which is based on the Human Development Index report. We can see that China has the better of the three ranks, followed by India, followed by Pakistan, which shows that the human development in China is much better as compared to the two countries, with Pakistan being the one with the lowest human development.
एक अब एक चीज बताती हूँ आपको, आपका ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट में डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स होते हैं. अब वो डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स को आप कैसे रैंक करते हो, यू बेसिकली आपका जैसे लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी होता है, आपका मीन इयर्स ऑफ स्कूलिंग एंड लिटरेसी होता है, और आपका पर कैपिटा इनकम होता है. जब कैलकुलेट कर लेते हैं सारा डेटा, इन सबका ना लॉग ले लेते हैं, वो जो भी लॉग ले लेते हैं उसका एडिशन करते हैं, एंड द वैल्यू कम्स इन बिटवीन 0 to 1. तो हर कंट्री के लिए एक वैल्यू होती है उनके पास. फिर उस वैल्यू को आप डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में जब कर देते हो तो आप रैंकिंग दे देते हो. मतलब हायर द वैल्यू बेटर द रैंक, लोअर द वैल्यू पुअरर द रैंक. तो जो आपका जो फर्स्ट है ना एंट्री ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स, जो ये वैल्यू बता रहे हैं, मैक्सिमम ये कितनी हो सकती है, 1 हो सकती है. सो देयर आर कंट्रीज हु हैव स्कोर्ड 0.92, 0.93, उनकी रैंकिंग 1 होती है. अब चाइना का अगर आप देखते हो 0.758, हायर द वैल्यू बेटर द रैंक. लीस्ट वैल्यू आउट ऑफ दीज 3 इज कमिंग आउट फॉर पाकिस्तान, विच इज 0.56. तो जब इसको डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में लगाया होगा तो पाकिस्तान जिस स्पॉट पर आया होगा दैट वुड हैव बीन 152nd. So your rank and value will go hand in hand.
Ma'am, what exactly Human Development Index constitutes the ingredients or indicators?
Anyone who has HDI as their project here?
Ma'am, I do.
Ritika, do you have an answer for his question then?
Ma'am, basically in the HDI, what they do is they take, earlier it was a bit different, but now they usually take the three indicators, that is life expectancy, mean years of schooling, which is people who are in school or who have education, which is aged from 15 to above, and the gross national income or the per capita income. Basically, they value the three things as it is given in the table, and then they take a mean value, and that is what they give rankings based on that to different countries to see whether which country is faring better in terms of human development.
Shashank, do we have a follow-up question?
Ma'am, only 3 indicators are not enough. There are many other indicators as mentioned in the box also, so I don't think it's a good way. It's like GDP and welfare thing. There is no welfare I can see.
All right. One thing, now see, very valid point. We'll talk about limitations of human development also. The other side is आप जितने indicators डालते रहोगे, जब आप human development measure करते हो और आप 3 indicators देखते हो, तो आप उनको weight देते हो. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Something that we've done in weighted mean. अगर आप और indicators डालते रहते हो, I hope it is okay if I say कि उनके हर कंपोनेंट का रिस्पेक्टिव वेट और कम होता रहेगा. सो इफ आई से आई पुट इन maternal mortality, I put in sanitation, I put in deaths of say undernourished children, I put in any other aspect also, which would imply lower weightage. So what you should ideally do, you should have another indicator altogether focusing on another aspect altogether. जब आप ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट ले रहे हो, मेनली ये 3 एस्पेक्ट से फोकस कर रहे हैं. आपका स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग, आपका एजुकेशन और हेल्थ केयर. Might as well have another indicator altogether for health, and maybe another indicator, one comprehensive indicator for education. If you bring all in one, it's like having a khichdi. कुछ बताएगा नहीं तुमको वो, but you would be satisfied mentally thinking कि हमने सारे indicators डाल दिए. Comprehensive कोई उसका solution नहीं होगा. That can be one argument against having so many indicators just in human development. Might as well consider other indicator altogether so that we can have a conclusive result. HDI में अगर मैं कहती हूँ मैंने under 5 mortality भी डाल देती हूँ, अगर मैं HDI में already आपके 3 इतने major aspects हैं, आप 4th भी डाल देते हो, you're not really doing justice by adding more indicators that are there. Is it making any sense?
Yes, ma'am. I also realized one thing from the table. For example, if we take life expectancy at birth, that is one of the indicators of HTI. So under this life expectancy, that is basically health. So we can conclude that infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, and percentage of undernourished children, they all come under this health thing or only
So you,
this life expectancy. So that is
so,
one major hit, I guess.
so for talking about health, ideally what UNDP has done, they've used life expectancy for measuring health. There could have been other indicators. अब life expectancy भी क्या बताता है? इसका इन रियल इंटरप्रिटेशन क्या होता है कि अगर मैं कहती हूँ लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी इन इंडिया इज 70 ईयर्स फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो अगर एक चाइल्ड आज 2020 में बॉर्न हुआ है, वी एक्सपेक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू द करंट सोशल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड सिचुएशन द चाइल्ड इज एक्सपेक्टेड टू लिव फॉर 70 ईयर्स. ये इसका इंटरप्रिटेशन होता है कि आज अगर कोई पैदा हो रहा है उसकी क्या लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी होगी, और व्हाट इज दैट डिपेंडेंट ऑन, not just your health infrastructure but also social infrastructure. Also brings in, say, quality of air or quality of water that you're taking in or the quality of food that you're taking in. अब ये सारा comprehensively आप life expectancy में ले लेते हो. Another thing, life expectancy is not looking at just your medical facilities, looking at too many other situations also. So it's an umbrella term, hence you're using life expectancy over maternal mortality or infant mortality. Infant mortality सिर्फ मुझे हॉस्पिटल्स या प्राइमरी हेल्थ केयर सेंटर्स की सिचुएशन पे एक आइडिया दे रहा है, तो मुझे थोड़ा अम्ब्रेला इमेज नहीं मिल रहा है वहां से. So you've just chosen one indicator to represent health. Just in case you're interested in more indicators, instead of having a comprehensive indicators, might as well focus on individual indicators. All right.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
हाँ जी.
Ma'am, in this Human Development Index, are all countries ranked?
The ones that are willing to share data, I believe 192, 193, something of that sort. You will have places that are not willing to share data. I don't know a country that is not doing so. But countries should be willing to have that scrutiny being done in their own country. ऐसा नहीं है आप data submit कर रहे हो.
And ma'am, I'm quite surprised that China is sharing the data.
They would want to do that, no? They want global recognition and they would want to show where they since the beginning of time now they've been fighting for international recognition and have been trying to attain an hegemony over the world. वो तो ये करेंगे. They will not tell how they've managed this. One child policy बता दिया कि हमने लगाई है, क्या barbaric tools यूज कर रहे हैं लगाने को वो नहीं बताएंगे वो आपको. या फिर कम्यून सिस्टम कर दिया, ये नहीं बताएंगे कि कम्यून सिस्टम किया कैसे है. What if data is false data is provided, Shivansh, beyond maybe rectification or reiterating for different sources, there's not much that we can do. So
That's true, ma'am. Even in NCRT, we have seen such absurd figures sometimes.
now Pakistan is sharing data of poverty. एक point के बाद वो भी manipulate करेंगे. They would not want to show how poor they are as a country. क्योंकि फिर आपको investments नहीं मिलती हैं. कई बारी आप दिखाते हो हम पुअर हैं, जब आपको फाइनेंशियल एड चाहिए, जब आपको इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए, आप अपने पॉवर्टी डेटा को मैनिपुलेट करके छुपाते हो. सो नाउ दिस इज eco will never happen without politics, and beyond just rectification, asking for rectification or different sources, there's not much we can do. So we just go on with the data that has been given. All right, जल्दी से करते हैं. Probably I am not slow. You people make me slow. All right, life expectancy हो गया. No one spoke of mean years of schooling. Someone to send in. Gross national income per capita. Someone to send in for this as well. Infant mortality we had already discussed, but Charvi has sent in again. Let's read that. It's the number of infants that die before the first birthday. All right, acha. Okay. IMR is the least in China and most in Pakistan, indicating better health infrastructure in China as compared to India and Pakistan. Makes sense. Accepted. Maternal mortality, Sarthak is covered. Population using at least basic sanitation. A basic sanitation defined नहीं किया, but you're simply looking at access to washrooms, clean washrooms that are accessible. Shivanshu has already interpreted this for us, that China is faring better than India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan being at more or less similar level. जबकि जब ये परसेंटेज में है, आई होप हम इंटरनली देख सकते हैं कि इंडिया के एफर्ट्स ज्यादा लगे होंगे फॉर द 60% देन पाकिस्तान के एफर्ट्स फॉर द 60%. Why am I saying this?
No, due to the difference
Because
in
of the
population.
population demographic.
Thank you. The absolute figures of the population are very high for India as compared to Pakistan. तो हमारा 60% और पाकिस्तान के 60% की absolute figures में बहुत फर्क है. So if we have attained 60% with this population, that is a commendable thing. Can be attributed to the recent, not just to Swachh Bharat, but Swachh Bharat is also an initiative for increasing this basic sanitation ka access, where you're looking at more public washrooms, where we're looking at the government giving out funds to people in the villages for having washrooms in their own homes. किसी से अगर आप बात करोगे जो विलेज एरिया से आए हैं, they are grateful to the current ruling party because they have actually given money to them for setting up toilets in their homes. पहले नहीं था. I've spoken to 2-3, so I know. All right. Population using at least basic drinking water source. I think no one has done that. Talking about basic drinking water, again, you're not just looking at clean drinking water. Clean drinking water तो खुद ही बहुत debatable topic हो जाता है. अगर आप देखोगे, ये तो बोला जाता है कि जो हम दिल्ली में भी पानी पी रहे हैं, that is also not safe for consumption. You're simply talking about a broader aspect जहाँ पे हम कह रहे हैं basic drinking water source होना चाहिए सबके पास, या access तो हो कम से कम. So out of all the 3 countries are faring good here. That's not really an issue. Again, China leading and Pakistan towards the end. Only area where Pakistan is faring better than India is percentage of undernourished children. So we have more undernourished children in our country as compared to Pakistan. How exactly? There are different ways of measuring undernourishment. Are we familiar with any indicator that gives us a hint for undernourishment?
Ma'am, the children before poverty line, ma'am.
All right, so you can use poverty line as a proxy.
Hunger.
Other than that, I guess there was body mass index, but I'm not sure if that's reliable for the teenagers.
It is not for growing children. It is not used for growing children. But
Hunger
we have
and
body mass
starvation.
index. Hunger and starvation taken. There's something known as stunting. कभी देखना क्या होता है, stunting होता है, and there was one more. I'm forgetting the name. एक second रुको. Stunting and wasting. Stunting हो जाता है कि, और stunting and wasting क्या करता है वो आपको बताता है. कई आप कैसे मेजर करते हो? आप मेजर करते हो कि एक पर्टिकुलर एज के हिसाब से हाइट कितनी होनी चाहिए. अगर हाइट नहीं है ना उतनी, तो मतलब यू लुकिंग एट स्टंटिंग, ग्रोथ रह गई. एक होता है वेस्टिंग, या फिर दूसरा टूल हो जाए जहाँ पे आप देखते हो कि इतनी हाइट पे इतना वेट होना ही चाहिए. अगर इतना वेट नहीं है, मतलब अगेन यू लुकिंग एट अंडर नरिशमेंट कमिंग इन. सो देयर वाज, बहुत पुरानी रिपोर्ट है, बहुत ही ज्यादा पुरानी रिपोर्ट है, डेकेड ओल्ड रिपोर्ट है, बट दिस रिपोर्ट वाज an eye opener for our country. It was known as the Hangama report. Hangama report में आया था कि हम अपना डेटा अंडर वैल्यू करते हैं, and we have almost 42% of the country's children who are undernourished. वहाँ पे आप स्टंटिंग और वेस्टिंग देखते हो कि बच्चे की जितनी एज है उस हिसाब से हाइट ही नहीं है, या जितनी बच्चे की हाइट है उतना वेट ही नहीं है. Alright, I don't want to brag.
Ma'am, but one reason is that because of we live in the east side, so the height is also not a fact. In Western countries, the height for people is as compared to India or any other Eastern country is much better because of the climatic conditions is one of the factors, and the food they eat and the food that we have. So there is variation.
शशांक, वी आर नॉट लुकिंग एट अ ग्लोबल इंडिकेटर हियर. जैसे बीएमआई है, अब बीएमआई क्रिटिसाइज ही क्यों होता है? क्योंकि आपने ग्लोबल इंडिकेटर दे दिया है कि इतना ही होना चाहिए, इससे ज्यादा ओवरवेट, इससे ज्यादा ओबीस, उससे नीचे तो अंडरवेट. बीएमआई इज क्रिटिसाइज क्योंकि आप ग्लोबल कर रहे हो. अगर आपको पता हो, सो फॉर डिफरेंट कंट्रीज यू आर लुकिंग एट डिफरेंट एवरेज हाइट्स. सो यू विल लुक एट द वेस्टर्न नेशन जहाँ पे एवरेज हाइट ही उनका 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" है फॉर द पॉपुलेशन, से द मेल पॉपुलेशन. इंडिया में एवरेज हाइट लो है. आप 5'4", आई थिंक इट इज 5'4" फॉर द मेन, जबकि एंड even lesser for the female. You're not looking at a global norm. You're looking at country specific norm only.
Yeah, I was confused in that. Okay.
BMI has universal norm and it is criticized for that, and it is criticized for many more things. Fine. So undernourishment, Pakistan has less and India is leading when it comes to undernourished children. All right. Isn't it due to genes of parents? Beyond just genes, you're also looking at calorie intake. So height आपकी निकलेगी ही तब, not just because genes है, but also आपको required food मिलना चाहिए. If you're not getting that, then genes will also not always come in play. Or if they come in play, if for height that comes in play, अगर weight नहीं बढ़ रहा उस height का, so again you're looking at undernourishment. Is it okay? You can always have exceptions. It's again we're dealing. This is a social science. आप लोगों से deal कर रहे हो. You can never have a thumb rule, but you will try to draw generalizations. Exceptions can always happen. So if you see, you can have extremely tall people who are light in weight, not because they're undernourished. You can have eating disorders coming in. You can have a genetic thing, as Shivansh is pointing out. But for an entire population, that cannot happen. अगर पूरी population में मैं कहूँ इतने लंबे लोग हैं, everyone is lean, probably there's also some disorder by you not maybe retaining the required nutrients of the food, if that makes any sense. So exceptions are always there. I will not deny existence of exceptions here. Fine, I think Archie sent something. Percentage of Archie sent that already. Okay. What are we left with? Mean years of schooling होता है, the number of years we are generally spending in school. या फिर आप देखते हो, ideally this should be a higher figure. You would want more children to spend more years in school. The lesser years you spend hints towards dropping out. And if you're spending in more years in school, that means that more children are spending higher duration in school. So the least being in Pakistan. So maybe we can talk about incidence of dropping out more in Pakistan and least in China. Gross national income per capita. ये क्या है? ये क्या होती है?
It's the average income of, for example, India's average income by a person is this, China's higher, and Pakistan is the least.
Taken. Simple words, PCI है ये आपका, average income है country का. So they've just written gross national income per capita. Again, अगर आप देखोगे PPP model पे, purchasing power parity. Time मिले देख सकते हो, बुरा नहीं है वो. People below poverty line, you're looking at a revised poverty line of $3.20. Poverty line ही set कौन करता है? Global poverty line.
I don't know. Maybe the
क्लास 9 में किया था, बचपन में किया था poverty line.
World Bank.
Thank you. The World Bank sets poverty line. Again, you're looking at percentage of people below poverty line. Highest for India, followed by Pakistan. So we are lagging behind in poverty line and we're lagging behind undernourished children. Again, China is faring much better in all indicators, which brings, all right, the table has been done. One thing that Shashank brought in, and it was about welfare का आप एक और टूल देखते हो जिसको हम लिबर्टी इंडिकेटर्स कहते हैं ना. अब ये लिबर्टी इंडिकेटर्स क्या है? यू आर नॉट जस्ट लुकिंग एट क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ बाय health and education and provision of sanitation facilities and water. ये तो bare minimum है. अब हम ऐसे बात करते हैं कि आपकी कंट्री में लोगों को कितना एक्सेस है ऑफ राइट्स इन देयर ओन कंट्री. तो उनका कितना, if I talk about here, you're looking at something like extent of constitutional protection given to rights of citizens. तो आपका जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है कितने हद तक आप इसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हो एंड यू प्रोटेक्टिंग राइट्स ऑफ ऑल द सिटीजंस इन द कंट्री. मतलब कोई मार्जिनलाइज्ड ग्रुप है या नहीं है. इफ देयर इज अ मार्जिनलाइज्ड ग्रुप, ऐसा तो नहीं है दैट दे आर डिस्क्रिमिनेटेड अगेंस्ट. और यू लुकिंग एट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ जुडिशरी एंड रूल ऑफ लॉ. नाउ आई होप वी नो कि इंडिपेंडेंट जुडिशरी सिस्टम बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. यू कैन नॉट हैव द autonomy of your judiciary system being affected by the ruling party. अगर आपका जुडिशरी भी गवर्नमेंट के साथ ही हैंड इन हैंड चल रहा है, so that's not really a pleasant place to live in. आपका जुडिशरी वरना गवर्नमेंट पे चेक रखता है. Do we know that? Whenever needed,
Yes, ma'am.
they're supposed to call out wrong activities of the government. अब आपका अगर जुडिशरी ही इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं है, calls for a problem. So you are looking at some situations जिसको हम लिबर्टी इंडिकेटर्स बोलते हैं. सैडली लिबर्टी इंडिकेटर्स आर नॉट गिवन वेटेज. देयर कैन बी सेवरल रीजंस फॉर इट. वन रीजन दैट आई कैन थिंक ऑफ कि डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज पहले बेयर मिनिमम लेवल पे तो कर ले. दीज आर लार्जली प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ द डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज बिकॉज दे हैव ओवरकम ऑल दीज प्रॉब्लम्स. उनके पास है सैनिटेशन, वाटर, चाहे रूरल एरिया भी हो, उनका रूरल एरिया, उनका जो विलेज साइड है, कंट्री साइड है, दैट इज ऑल्सो मच बेटर. So you're looking at representation coming in. That becomes a second step once you've ensured good quality. Hanji.
Sorry, you continue first.
No, I'm done. Aap bolo.
I was just contradicting your point. That you said that one reason is the developing countries haven't achieved the minimum basic amenities. That is why we do not conclude this. And developed countries had actually achieved all these things. But the HDI, if we take the HDI, so it is the same. The developed countries as well as the developing countries, only the three indicators are measured. So that's what contradict your point. That I guess. Did you understand?
No.
Okay, never mind. Leave it.
No. One last try. एक बारी फिर.
Okay, I was saying कि जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज के जो इंडिकेटर्स हैं एंड डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज के जो इंडिकेटर्स हैं HDI कैलकुलेट करने के लिए, वो रहेंगे तो सेम ही. एंड आपका पॉइंट था कि डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज ने क्योंकि मिनिमम बेसिक एमिनिटीज भी अचीव नहीं करी हैं और डेवलप कंट्रीज कर चुकी हैं, तो इसलिए हम ये पॉइंट नहीं इंक्लूड करते लिबर्टी इंडिकेटर्स का, क्योंकि अभी तक डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज में ये चीज हुई ही नहीं है. सो मैं बस वही कह रहा था कि हम लिबर्टी इंडिकेटर्स वाला पॉइंट डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज में भी नहीं है.
All right. It is not about including liberty indicators in HDI only. The point is आपका, जैसे अगर मैं कहती हूँ कि आपने कोई एक लेवल अनलॉक कर लिया है, now you move on to the next level. जिसका भी HDI रैंकिंग से 1 to 50 में है, जिन सबका होगा, they will be very happy with the way things are there. Improve करेंगे अपने indicators को howsoever, but they would also want to make their standard of living better. Hence you are in a position of, now this is personal opinion, this is not really a textbook kind of a generic thing. Only once you've unlocked a level, only then will you move on to another problem. My point is जो countries ऐसे पीछे हैं, maybe say 51, अभी 50 का भी benchmark मेरा ही है, 50 का भी cut off मेरा ही है, 50 onwards या फिर 60 onwards या 100 onwards जो country है, they have a lot on there's a lot of scope of improving there. So my personal opinion is that you would firstly want to ensure that basic provisions are there in your country, and then representation ka fight will go on forever. That will never vanish, be it a developing country or a developed country. My concern is, or my point is, that only the developed can focus there, क्योंकि अब बाकी चीजों पे कर चुके हो काफी काम. हमने बाकी चीजों पे भी बहुत काम करना है. So among all the things that require your attention, if I go back to what to produce wala cheez, you cannot give attention to all the issues. You will have to prioritize. That is what I was saying.
Ma'am, regarding this only, I actually have the textbook evidence. You might know about Maslow's need hierarchy. So
Anji.
this year we were studying that only in business studies. So it had at first level humans need physiological needs, then security needs, and the self actualization needs, or the individualization which we were just talking about, comes at the highest level. So therefore I conclude that developing nations first have to concentrate on physiological needs only. They do not have funds, resources, of any kind to support the individualized needs of its citizens. However, when we talk about the developed nations, they are like 100, 200, 150 years forward of the developing nations. So they have worked towards achieving the physiological needs, the security needs, and thus they can work towards the individualization needs. However, the developing nations cannot.
Taken. Probably adding to what I was trying to say. I'm probably saying it in a better fashion now. All right, we end this here. I'm so sorry I'm going so slow, but I think I have the luxury of time now. I've posted the attendance question. Please go and mark your attendance. I promise I'll finish this lesson tomorrow. Pakka se, promise.
Ma'am, don't hurry. I actually enjoy the classes when they are slow. They are more interactive. They are more, engaging in that fashion. When classes are fast, it's just like you speaking, me listening, and the day goes on.
Thank you, because I was hoping I could finish this on Friday. There's so much to say in this lesson. There's so much to talk about in this lesson, but the time thing kills it. So, all right, I'll use my time. Thank you for saying that, Shivam.
Anytime, ma'am. Good day.